Hey guys, I just wanted to talk about the new ranking event or the ranking event that just ended, the water ranking event. And I ranked number two. I mean, it was sort of planned, it was sort of not planned. I don't know. I mean, I didn't really give a shit. That's the problem. Or actually, it isn't a problem. I think if I gave a shit, that would have been the problem. You see, I'm trying to cut back on spending too much money in the game. And, if I ranked higher than two, which is, I got three rank one since they came out with these new titles, which I feel is a gimmick. I mean, well, what the hell is the title for? It's useless. It's freaking useless, right? So, anyways, you notice my team here. My Leafa is at 105, right? And the person that beat me just beat me by very little. I mean, I could just replayed it, but I didn't. I would just like forget it. Well, not exactly. I replayed it, and then you know, uh, I I got higher. All right, I got like much higher than that. It's just that before the thing ended, I killed the game, which means that it didn't save. Right, so that's how you do it. If you don't want to keep your score, you just kill the game before the event. I mean, before the battle ends, right? And then they don't save it. So I had DIL and I took my Leafa to 120 as well. I could have just watched my video and replayed the entire thing and then rank much higher, but I was just like, this is kind of like poison because once you start getting all number one titles, right, and then you're gonna be like, shit, I need to put money in because if I don't get number one, I feel like it's gonna be very bad. It's like one of those situations. Kind of like I got in all the characters or most of them, anyways. Surprisingly, I got DIL and Lifa. The previous one, the what do you call it? The Integrity Knight one, I didn't get him, and then the Administrator, I went up to like I didn't get him either. So I mean her. I think it was the non-elemental characters, right? But anyways, so I felt like these titles were totally there to like freaking make you spend money, and then I'm like, if I keep getting number one, I think I'm gonna like keep throwing money at bad money, right? So I'd rather start failing now, right? Missing the characters, kind of like situation as well. I'd rather start missing the characters now than in the long run where I just have to keep on going and going and going and buying and buying and buying, right? That is very bad. I mean, I think I think the money could be put to better use, man. I think there's other things I could do with the money than to throw it at the freaking game, which I spent well over quite a bit, right? I think it's pretty much over $1,000. But anyways, I don't want to think too much about it. Yeah, so I just wanted to talk about this ranking event. Like I was saying, I could have gone higher. The entire event is freaking messed up because it's not about the elemental characters anymore. It's about if you have Dark Edis. If you don't have Dark Edis, like one of my other accounts, most of my account have Dark Edis, so we did good. Top 10. Not none of them ranked number one, but we're top 10. But the one that didn't have Dark Edis was like 15. I'm like, what the hell? You know. So, anyways, these events are like totally messed up now because you have Dark Edis there, and Dark Edis, right? You don't even need the new characters. As long as you have Dark Edis, you're good. Because Dark Edis, the continuous damage is so strong. I even tried to buy it on the account where don't have her. Right? I tried to buy the scouts, or I tried to do more of the scouts, and I still didn't get her. So I'm relatively pissed on that one. But anyways, I mean the ranking events are totally messed up because as long as you have Dark Edict, you're good. You don't even need the level 100 this character, level 120 that character. You know the person that ranked number one didn't even have, and I seen this exact same team lineup on another account that ranked number one, right? So they don't even need the new character. That's a kind of a good thing, but at the same time, if you buy the new characters, it doesn't even make sense why you would have the new characters anymore because you don't need it as long as you have Dark Edis. So, anyways, I think the event is kind of messed up with the Dark Edis. I mean, DIL was kind of completely useless. She was there. You didn't even need her. Leafa was actually a good addition, but you didn't need her as well, right? You could replace her with any other Yell Break character that is there. Just send them into the back or whatever, as long as they don't die. So, anyways, I mean, I still think these events are bullshit and it's messed up. And uh, the cathedral, they need to upgrade that much more quickly than they are doing now. I already beaten it, but I didn't post the video. And one of the reasons why I didn't get higher is because um, I don't have this armor, which would have benefited my Edis, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, like I was saying, right? I mean, getting number one is good. It makes me happy, but I feel like if I don't fail now, right? Like I don't get something under number one, what is going to happen is that when I get to a point where I'm battling somebody else, where I'm so far off, that when I like here, it was very close, right? I could have just, well, I did get higher. It's just I killed the game. So, anyways, if I get to a situation where they change how it works, and then, oh, now I have to put in more money. It feels like I'm gonna go into a situation where I'm gonna be constantly putting money in, and I think that's a bad idea, and I think that's a stupid idea. I mean, I'd rather go buy like Sword Art Online. What's that? Light Cross. Well, actually, I have Light Cross. It's just that I'm saying like whatever future game that comes out, right? But anyways, I mean, it was it was fine with the ranking event. I just felt like if you didn't have Dark Edis, you're pretty much dead. Look at every character here. Well, actually, surprisingly, this guy made it up to top 5 without Dark Edis. But he has the new Leafa. So let's see if there's anybody that made it to this account. Oh, interesting. Complete without. Oh, well, surprisingly, he died too, right? I mean, he died, and he's using all old characters. But I think somehow this event is like lower, right? I mean, you're at like 2 million or 2.5, which is still higher than 2.5. I guess the limited edition Alice did or still makes a big difference. If you don't have her, then that's pretty bad. So you have to have her. The rewards, I think, like I was saying, the titles are completely useless. After the first 3 number 1 titles, what the hell like what the hell is number 4 for, right? Because you're not going to be able to show 4 titles, so you might as well just get 3 number 1 and that's about it. Um they don't do anything if you're wondering. They're just like a show off kind of thing. And then even if you're number 1, you notice your premium currency doesn't change from number 1 to number 3, right? The diamond cubes, right? Number 1, 2, and 3. You all three get 25 diamond cubes. It's not like you get 1,000. If you got 1,000, I would be fighting like hell, right? I mean, I would be like, you're trying to rank number 1 every season or every what do you call it? Every every ranking event. If that was 1,000 diamond cubes, seriously, I would be battling and putting money in trying to get number 1 always, just for the diamond cubes. I wouldn't even want the title, right? Now, the other this thing right here, the girl, right, or the monthly special character. I don't know why that is even there. Because if you rank number 1, you probably put enough money, enough time, enough effort in it to actually gotten most of the character to like max limit break already, right? You wouldn't even need the damn crystal. So that was kind of, this is useless. This is completely useless. You could just X this one out and say, if you're going for number 1, you could just X this one out, or number 2 or number 3, whatever. You could X this one out and say, hey, it's not required. Because most people that get to number 1, I'm pretty sure you spent a good amount of time. Your character is plenty strong, and you know you probably completed all the events and everything. And most of the times, you could probably um, get the character to max limit break before this event or before the ranking events. But of course, they're starting to remove some of the things, so that might become important. And the Leafa crystal, I mean, this and this, there's I don't know, 8, 9, 10, 3 crystal differences, and this one is what? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 7 crystal differences from that, but it makes not that much of a difference. Now, again, these things, this 4-star crystal thing, they used to be good, right? The 4-star crystal for the ticket. But now, I mean, these are old tickets. You get the old character, and there's only a handful of old characters from Alice to like the original Alice, Kirito, the original Asuna, which is the non-elemental one that nobody uses. Nobody uses those characters anymore. They're freaking useless. So why are they still making those 4-star tickets, right? It's stupid. And these things are even they're there. I mean, number 20, I mean, you get 20 here, 20 here, 20 here, and down here you get 20. Okay, so you get 20 all the way up to, as long as you're top 10 and you want the green stuff, as long as you're top 10, you're good. You don't even need to be number one. So they need to increase the prizes for me to even care about it. I mean, just because you have a title that says you're number one, it means nothing. Like, in the long run, it means nothing. You're sitting here and you're like, well, what the hell is the title for? As long as you got 3 titles, that is number one. And I like it how I got the first 3 title that is number one, right? See, they're useless. You don't do anything with them. And once you put them there, right, you got 3 out of 3, you're gone. That's pretty much. So these are the 3 titles that were ever released first in the beginning, right? The Girl Amongst the Wind, and then you got the Memories of the Abyss 1 and Part 2. Those are the first 3 titles ever released that were in the ranking event. And then of course they used to have they put it for one turn only or one event only. So they put this background, right, which is a very very limited background. Nobody else has it except the people that ranked, I don't know, I think it was 110 or something. And they did that once and then they removed it. And then they decided to do the ranking title thing, which I guess is a smart idea. But if you played long enough, number one, number two, number three, number four, who cares, right? I mean, you know, so, like I was saying, if they had 1,000 of the diamond cubes, if you rank number one, I would be grinding like shit. And then number two, if they had like 500, and then number three, 250, I would be grinding, right? And like I was saying, the Tisei crystal, the monthly character crystal, completely useless. Leafa crystal is there. I have a bunch of almighty crystals, which I haven't used yet. And I don't know what the hell I'm using it for or going to use it for. I know some people don't have it, but if you play long enough, you'll have it. Don't worry. They'll come, right? I have 3,603 almighty crystals and a bunch of other crystals sitting around. So, much of the things to me is kind of useless. And I hope they upgrade the ranking event because it's been slow. And of course, the cathedral, they need to upgrade that too. They need to release it quicker, at least easier ways to get the crystals to buy the armor. And yeah, they really need to change the ranking event. I mean, the rewards I think are completely bullshit. The other reward, they're there. I used to remember like getting 1 million was impossible. Wow, now we're up to like what, 10 million. All right, so anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about on the ranking event. Hopefully they listen, but who knows what's happening.